your time.
You're welcome.
Do you have any new injury or illness concerns ahead of your big game on Sunday?
No, that's one. Certainly a positive to start on. We're all good. Players ready to go. So that's nice that we haven't had any last minute sort of concerns, albeit I guess someone could fall ill overnight. Fingers crossed that's not the case.
Is Mishy back for this one?
No,
Okay.
no.
Because I've seen it, there was some photographs and he was on the training ground this week. Is he back in training?
No, not. He's jogging. He has done some jogging, but I promise you and I promise Solihull and Neil, it's not a scam. If he's on the team sheet on Sunday, then I'll happily give them a lot of money.
So you're injury free. Does the team pick itself?
I think it's close to doing. There's no getting away from that. The team that's been put out for the 2 playoff games have performed extremely well. But what I will say on that, you have to look at each individual team and challenge what you're coming up against, and also the players that have come on the pitch had a major contribution in both games. Now, some of that might have been down to it being extended into extra time, but some of that contribution was prior to that as well. So that's pleasing for me. People are, I think, to use a phrase, knocking at the door. So overall, I feel like we are in a good place going into this final.
Slightly different, isn't it, with it being at West Ham? Will you treat it as a Wembley final, though?
I think you have to. It's a final. I'll be honest.
And by that, I mean you'd normally take your players to have a look at the stadium, wouldn't you, beforehand?
We have done in the past. It's not always a guarantee. It was something discussed on this one. We were choosing not to, but now we've got training actually there on the pitch, a bit like a Champions League final. So we've got a slot, so it kills 2 birds with 1 stone for us. And then the players will then be, relaxing as best they can, and that's what will be the message, to make sure they take that opportunity ahead of the game on Sunday.
Was that your request to train on the pitch, or the National League facilitating that for both teams?
I think, as far as I'm aware, I just got a message saying that a slot was available, so we jumped on that and wanted that slot because we were looking for somewhere to train. As you can imagine, there's only a few teams that are training in June, along with the national squads. A lot of places are having work done to their pitches, renovations, so are unavailable. Wanted to try and get on grass, although we weren't prior to the Wrexham game. That was more of a walkthrough because of how training led into that game. This one, just want them to try and get the legs ticking over a little bit more. So, as far as I'm aware, that was from either the stadium or the league.
What does it feel like, your season ending in June?
Well, it's ridiculous, really. In terms of we started pre-season in June, we're in June again. So that's, I think it's fair to say it's been a long season. But I said it a little while ago when we knew when the final was going to be, that if it meant getting to it and giving up, some what will be much needed holiday time, then I'll take that. And I think the players are exactly the same. A chance to, any final, but a chance to get promoted back to the Football League is too good to turn down. And we'll all happily have that. If it doesn't go our way on Sunday, then I guess we'll all question that. But we've got to be in it to win it, as they say, and we are.
Have any or many of your players had to change their holiday plans because of this?
I think a couple have. I'm not sure how many. I think certainly one that in Gav has probably had to. I've been told. I haven't heard that from him, but I think from where he was, he wouldn't have had to consider June whatsoever. So I think that's possibly one that has, and maybe a couple more.
Talk us through your preparations then between now and the game. How are you going to go about preparing for this one?
We've done the tactical work today, and set plays, things like that. And then tomorrow we'll travel down. There'll be a couple of pick-up points along the way, get to West Ham. Train on the pitch, as I said, only a very light session. And then it'll be to the hotel and just everything as normal then. They'll have their evening meal, the time's their own. Hopefully not staying up till silly o'clock on the PlayStation or doing whatever they do. TikTok is it, if you don't like my kids. And then the next day, breakfast there if they want it. If not, a walk, pre-match meal. last little meeting prior to getting on the coach and ready for the big occasion.
How far away are you staying from the stadium?
I'm not sure, Matt.
Okay.
It won't be too far, that's all I do know.
Yeah.
I don't take too much part in that. I've got the other members of staff that I trust to get that done. I'll be happy as long as I've got a bed. I'm okay.
Will the whole squad be travelling?
No, most of it will be. It'll be similar to last week, but everyone will be at the game, and you know we want that to be the case. I think just don't want to have too many bodies around that, you know, realistically know they're not going to be involved. Don't want any distractions from that point of view.
Fans have wondered whether VAR and/or goal line technology will be in use for this match. What's the answer?
As far as I'm aware, the answer is no. After watching Forest Huddersfield, I'm not sure what difference it makes. You know, I found that incredible, and that's easy to say when you're not involved in the game. It can obviously sound very bitter if you're on the losing team, but I think people's got every right to question it. You know, I've said from the start I was all for it 100% when it was brought in. Thought it would be better for the game, having been on the back of some big decisions in big games where our future all could have been different, you know, certainly at this football club. So I was for it, and now I'm still for it in truth. We've just got to make better decisions. There's still too many grey areas still. Certainly the bit around clear and obvious, you know, that statement just seems to have gone out of the window. If they get it right, then I think it can be a major plus, but there's still a lot of work to go on that. So I'm not one of these that's saying it was better without it. It is how it's currently run, in my opinion, but I still think if we could get it right, then it should be in place.
No goal line technology though, with it being a Premier League club?
Like again, I can only say I'm not ventured into that, and people might think that that's not doing your own work, but I'll worry about that on the day.
Yeah. Does it leave you feeling restless, Paul, knowing that a decision could determine your whole season? I don't know how that makes you feel as a manager. How do you feel?
No, you can't get too up about that going into the game. I think, as I've touched on there, it's something that will be with me until I'm no longer here, in terms of some of the things that happened in some games. And I've said in another interview before that I think when you get to this point, you really hope that we're not talking about that. You know, last sort of Saturday, there were so many talking points, you know, and we were on the right side of the result. Some went for us, some went against us. You know, I know Phil was extremely upset. I can understand why to a degree, but I think if he takes a step back and looks, like I said, we both got him. But as I said with a penalty, I didn't think it was a penalty. That can almost change the course of the game. So it's when those incidents happen still can have an effect. You have to keep going if something does go against you. But I really hope that whoever deserves to win on Sunday wins and isn't, you know, then subjected to being questioned or any gloss taken off of it, of how you won or perhaps how you've lost.
After all that you've gone through this season, how are you feeling?
Relaxed. It's another game. It doesn't feel that much different at the minute. Bit more press to do, like Monday when we were, was it Monday, Tuesday where we were back in, sorry. Again, a bit more press around us, but overall it's just been business as usual. We kind of got his little routine going, and looking forward to it, genuinely. You know, I've managed at the stadium before, so kind of got a little bit of knowledge. It's not going to be all brand new to myself and Chris, but it's going to be, or at least it should be, a very good game. You know, Solihull play good football. I believe we play good football, and it's who I guess holds the nerve, or you hope, as we've just discussed, it's not something else, and performs and takes the chances when they come along.